Let's go over potential spoilers for Star Wars Episode 9. This is Mike Zero here. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, in case you guys didn't know of the update that we went over a couple of days ago, preliminary work has begun for principal photography. In fact, all of the rehearsals are now taking place in studio. Even some in-studio shots are being developed for Star Wars Episode 9. Now, today I wanted to go over some potential spoilers that has to do with more storyboard descriptions and concept art descriptions. Do take this all with a grain of salt, as we have gone over this before in the past when it comes to all these different leaks, etc. But I wanted to go on the subject of Supreme Leader Snoke. Now, we went over this years ago, very much similar to what happened with Luke Skywalker for Star Wars Episode 8, in which we went over the concept art description of the twin suns over the planet of Ahch-To, which ended up being the death of Luke Skywalker before he vanishes into the sky. Now, when I want to go into Star Wars Episode 9, I do want to say one thing before we get to the subject, is that I'm really curious as to how JJ will wrap the whole entire trilogy together. Now, today we will be going over Supreme Leader Snoke. Now, a couple weeks ago we went over how Disney and Lucasfilm apparently are looking at casting Ed Harris to portraying a younger Supreme Leader Snoke by also de-aging him. Now, I'm not quite sure how Ed Harris would fit into the mix by playing Supreme Leader Snoke, but in one of the updated concept art descriptions, it actually goes over Snoke and a young boy in a dome with shining light, Snoke's hand reaching out to the boy holding a hologram of two mysterious figures. So I'm not quite sure exactly what Supreme Leader Snoke would be holding in this concept art / storyboard description out to a younger Kylo Ren. Like I said before, the fact that they may very well be casting Ed Harris indicates that we are going to get more flashback sequences that J.J. Abrams set up in The Force Awakens. Also, there was an original idea, and this does make sense to bring this concept back in Episode 9, where Rey witnesses both Snoke and a young boy. We're not quite sure if it was Kylo Ren, but this was supposedly in The Force Awakens and was ultimately scrapped. Though it was only in concept, it never made it to the actual principal photography stage. But for Star Wars Episode 9, as with any Star Wars film in the sequel trilogy, the film before it, the concepts that never, came to be, usually transfer over to the next film. So, Supreme Leader Snoke and Kylo Ren being in a flashback sequence, I think this concept art description is the most likely scenario, where Snoke and a young boy, it doesn't say that it's Kylo Ren, I think it's Kylo Ren, in a dome with shining light, Snoke's hand reaching out to the boy holding a hologram of two mysterious figures. Who could these two mysterious figures be? Now, in the plot leaks that we have gone over, a couple weeks ago, if you guys want to go ahead and check them out below in the description, we do know that Kylo Ren apparently will be hunting down various Force-sensitive individuals across the whole entire galaxy with his Knights of Ren. But it does raise a question. Who are these two mysterious figures apparently in the hologram being held by Supreme Leader Snoke? If this actually does come to fruition on screen, I think that it could very well have a significant impact on the character of Kylo Ren before he turns against his uncle Luke Skywalker. Now, the thing here is that I think what was happening between Kylo and Snoke in the sequel trilogy, or should I say before the events of The Force Awakens, is I think they were actually having the minds binded together very much like Kylo and Rey, where they can see each other and can communicate with each other visually, but without actually physically being there. I think that Kylo Ren was doing all of this while he was, off training with Luke Skywalker, when, Kylo Ren was just taking a break in his hut away from his uncle. I think he was communicating with Snoke, and I think that this could very well be the dome that it's actually describing. If you guys actually look, and this actually does make sense, I just thought of this now. If you guys actually look at the flashback scene in The Last Jedi, that hut that Kylo and Luke are in, it is like a dome of sorts, especially on the exterior and even in, the interior of it all. But yeah, guys, let me know what you think about Supreme Leader Snoke. Would you guys like him to be in the form of a flashback sequence, as I do believe that this is what that is. Anyways, yeah, guys, let me know what you think, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.